Today marks 1299 days shared lessons to learn and continue to learn with all of you. My hope is these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help you achieve your goals, and really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Yesterday I shared about breakthrough. How do you know that you are very close to a breakthrough? But today let's focus on when you go through that breakthrough, when you go through that limbo, when you go through that stuckness, when you go through that door, what you're supposed to do then? I think that that's a very common mistake when you're going through that breakthrough and you finally go through that door. The doors are opening from both sides. So it means that through that breakthrough, we potentially could go back. Because there's a lot of things that we need to understand when we go through breakthrough. There's something that we'll need to really to do to make sure that we use that door, that breakthrough, for our own benefit and stay in that room of success, of that new level. So number one, we need to really pause and acknowledge it. Pause and acknowledge it. I think that a lot of times we can potentially lose that breakthrough if we just keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward without really acknowledging, reflecting, understanding where we are. Because we need to acknowledge the win. We need to acknowledge it and maximize that. I think that's one thing is that like I just fishing example. Like you want to really you used to catch like small fishes, but now you want to really catch a massive fish. And maybe you like catch like a pretty decent fish and you throw it back. And you never catch that big fish because you never consolidate those smaller fishes. So then you put something in the trunk, you know that you have some fishes, and then because you have some fishes in your trunk, it's much easier to really go pursue those bigger fishes. I think that in life exactly the same with bigger opportunities. Like sometimes we really have like this kind of opportunity at the moment, and we want that massive opportunity, that massive door. Maybe we want to consolidate. So we had a breakthrough for this kind of opportunity. So let's consolidate. Let's just really make sure that we feel super comfortable catching this opportunity, and then of course we're able to expand and pursue that big opportunities. Because I think that one of the big things for the breakthrough, when we look for a breakthrough, we want to break through from such a small opportunity to a massive opportunity. But a lot of times we're not able to do that. We're able to have a breakthrough from a small opportunity to a bigger opportunity. So that means that we need to consolidate, pause, acknowledge what kind of breakthrough it was. And I think that when you're able to that means we name it, reflect on it. I think that's when then even feel it. At that moment, we're able to really acknowledge that transformation it made. Number two is document it. So that means that you could really document it, of course, is meditating on it. It's a journaling, really writing down all the things that you were struggling with, what helped you to overcome, really understanding what did you do to really finally make that a breakthrough. Because when you will be next time to like you started here now with breakthrough to bigger opportunity, but now at some point you will have a close breakthrough to a massive opportunity. So what did you do right now to go from this to this? What was the things that you did during that breakthrough? Because it might be because a lot of times past repeats itself. So knowing exactly what you went through, what kind of emotions you felt, what things that helped you to have that breakthrough in the future could be very useful. So being able to really document all the things that was the most important insights about that, I think is very important. Number three is anchor those behaviors. Anchor it in those behaviors. So that means that okay, when I achieved that breakthrough, what I used to do then and what I do now. And anchor, that means it's knowing that's exactly what they do. And really meditate on those actions because that breakthrough allowed to become different person and allows you to do different things. So that means we need to really anchor identity and anchor our behavior. And of course, identity and behaviors allow you to have different things in your life. But we need really to create like even more boundaries, more routines, because I think that the more you advance, the more you transform yourself, the more strict boundaries you need to have. Because strict boundaries shows that you know exactly what you want. When there's like loose, no boundaries whatsoever, it means that the lower results. Because even the games are have boundaries. There's basket has boundaries. Like if you're not shooting directly in that basket, you're not getting any score. So I think that that's exactly what we need to have, those boundaries as well, understanding what is the score result for us. Number 4 is revisit and reinforce. I think that we always need to revisit exactly what did they do, what was the past, what is now, and what is the future breakthrough that I'm looking for. Because I just started, but still we need to really reflect on all those things. I think this is a great thing that 80%, 90% of our living needs to be in the present moment. But once in a while, we need to reflect on the past and visualize the future. And I think that's exactly the best way to live. And when we always revisit, reinforce the current moment, the current breakthrough, I think that is very, very important. Always need to revisit, reinforce, just to make sure that we are moving in the right direction. Because I think that what I find that sometimes it gets difficult to push forward. And one of the best ways to really help to get the clarity, have that motivation, is to revisit the past, look into the reinforce the future, and get back today to really make sure that we use that breakthrough for the best. Number 5 is share it strategically. That means that what it means is that, of course, you're not able to share to every single person. Probably not the most important person in your life. It might be that he's not the best person to share when you really just made a breakthrough. But you don't want to go back to those previous way, because a lot of times when we share with the person that potentially we stayed with that person for 5-10 years, they able to see you who you were, not who you are right now. So that means you will need to build consistency. You need to build your backbone in that new transformation, in that new behavior, in that new you. So that means a lot of times we need to share that with a coach, with a mentor, with someone who really wants you to really that move to that new level, to the new potential, to that new way of living. Because not every single person is able to understand. Because the breakthrough most time it happens in the middle, in the inside of us. So that breakthrough happen inside, but that inside the breakthrough will need to really transform outside. So that means that a lot of times that inside breakthrough leads to outside breakthrough, and not vice versa. A lot of times we are looking for outside breakthrough, but until it's an inside breakthrough, that outside breakthrough is delayed. But then you need to really share with people that will encourage to really pursue that breakthrough rather than go down. I said that a lot of people do not want you to change. They like the way how you are. So we need to be careful who we share. So we need to ask them how comfortable they are with me changing, with me improving. And if you feel that this person will be happy about my improvement, about my growth, about my development, we want to share it because they will encourage even more that stepping into new identity. Number 6 is expect aftershocks. What it means is that when you are in that new spot, that new identity, it will feel unfamiliar. And because it's unfamiliar, at the beginning, it might feel uncomfortable. That means that even in the most beautiful places, when you go into the most beautiful places, at the beginning, it feels a little bit weird, maybe. Maybe that's not the best word, but like you feel unfamiliar, and that unfamiliar sometimes we could be confused with uncomfortable or not for us. So that means that we need to make sure that we don't go back through those doors, even though at the beginning it might feel unfamiliar, and maybe that unfamiliar will feel uncomfortable. That's why we need to really pause, acknowledge it, and stay there until it feels familiar. And when it's not familiar, you accept that and you move forward beyond that afterwards. So the last reminder that I want to mention is that the breakthrough is the door. And the most important part, knowing this is a door, it could go both ways. So I'm not supposed to go backwards. We say like, okay, this is my room right now. I will stay here for a month, for a year. It depends on what kind of breakthrough you made, and it depends on what kind of section. But I will stay here just for a minute, get familiarized with the room, with this success, with those results. And after that, I will work towards those next doors, to those that's more breakthroughs. Because I think that's exactly what life's supposed to be in. Constantly moving through breakthrough, through breakthrough, through breakthrough, and breakthrough. That means that we're moving like up, a little bit down, because you need to consolidate, you need to understand where you're at. Up, but then it's breakthrough. That means that you need to break the previous the height. And you always need to really make sure that you're always going up and up and up. Not being afraid, just a little bit pull back. But I think that's exactly the way how we're supposed to live our lives. Constantly seek new breakthroughs. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.